Well, welcome to the trailer, the emergency response studio. Uh, the project here was really to gut the trailer and try to re-envision it, and then little by little to start making moves in it. And I think probably the most significant move was this wall section that turns into a deck here. And it's 9.5 feet wide, and it's the full height of the wall. The day that went into place, it was a great day. I mean, it was really tremendously fun to have punched this big hole in the side of the trailer and to have opened up this very tight space. I wound up relocating the front door as well, so that, and also changing the door swing so that effectively the whole front half of the trailer opens up to the outside now. And then directly overhead is also a 9.5 foot skylight. Is another big hole in the trailer, and this is a skylight. It's basically a geodesic dome made out of twin wall polycarbonate. That too was a really significant move in terms of just bringing lots of light into the space. And also, as you see, that there's not a lot of headroom here. I mean, the ceiling is 6 feet 6 inches above the floor, and it felt very, very confining. And in that area under the dome, there's now an extra 3 feet of headroom, so that makes it a much more pleasant space to be in. A lot of the exercise was to take this fairly toxic tin can of a FEMA type trailer and strip it out and try to make it into a really healthy environment and use the currently available sustainable materials. So the roof is insulated with a recycled denim insulation, and over the door I've left a couple of little windows so you can see the insulation that is in the ceiling and in the walls. The denim is in the ceiling, and in the walls is a product called mineral wool, which is insulation made from the slag that's left over from iron mining. As you walk into the trailer, you step in, and directly below your feet are 8 large batteries, and these are storing all of the energy that's powering the whole structure. So there's 1,300 pounds of sealed batteries in this battery box. And on the roof of the trailer are 9 large photovoltaic panels, which are turning the sunlight into electrical power, and that power comes down through this charge controller, and this regulates it, and it's stored in these batteries. And when it's time to use it, it comes back up out of the batteries and through this big voltage inverter, which turns it into household current, so it works just like utility power. All of the paneling, the ceiling and the walls here are paneled with an 1/8 inch plywood that was reclaimed, probably from a film set or something. So rather than go into a landfill, I reused it here. And that's a kind of interesting strategy for green building. I mean, this is not a particularly green, quote-unquote green material, but the fact that we simply reused it and it didn't have to be manufactured again, I think makes it worthwhile. The floor here is a product called marmoleum, and it's a linoleum made from linseed oil. This is what linoleum was originally 50 or 60 years ago. Hence the name linoleum, and it's a really beautiful product. The kitchenette is made from a bamboo sheet material called plyboo. In this little section is kind of a little miniature workshop section with tool chests, and a little table model bandsaw, which was something I envisioned in the trailer from the very beginning. I used the bandsaw a great deal in my studio, and I just knew it's got to have the red Sears Craftsman tool chests and a little bandsaw in it. All of the wood finishes, the polyurethane and the latex paints, were a zero VOC, or zero volatile organic compound paint, so they're designed to not poison the inhabitants of the buildings in which they're used. And that was a particularly germane subject given the formaldehyde, the issue with the trailers and the formaldehyde off-gassing that is now famous. Of course, the thing that has been widely publicized now is the issue of formaldehyde off-gassing in the materials that the trailers were constructed from. And these are common materials. I mean, it's the oriented strand board that is in the flooring, it's the plywood siding, it's even the glue in the vinyl wall covering. All of these things, as they cured, all the glues as they cured, off-gassed urea formaldehyde. And this is in everyone's homes too. I mean, all modern construction is done this way. But in this confined space, this little tight space, in the heat of a New Orleans summer with all the doors and windows closed and a little air conditioner running, the indoor air quality was very, very bad. And particularly elderly people and young children had lots of respiratory problems as a result. I hope that this project just, you know, is some little thought-provoking pointer in some other kind of direction. Like, you know, what could it be? I mean, in the end, I'm a kind of a utopianist thinker. I mean, I was reading Buckminster Fuller at 15, and probably from that point forward, I've walked through the world going, well, what could it be like? What should it be like? Why don't we do it differently? Why are we doing it this way? And this project is my exploration of, you know, how to do it differently.